You might be shocked to learn that gladiators rarely died. In ancient Rome, these fierce fighters often battled for survival rather than for ultimate glory in the arena. While many people assume that every gladiatorial fight ended in death, the reality is much different. Gladiators were valuable investments for their owners, who preferred them alive to continue drawing crowds and selling tickets. These fighters trained rigorously and signed contracts, much like today's professional athletes, showcasing their strength, skill, and showmanship. Their combat not only entertained the masses, but also served as a spectacle that could influence public sentiment. Some even gained fame and fanfare that mirrored modern sports heroes. With a mix of artistry and athleticism, gladiators fought in elaborate arenas, often displaying a range of combat styles that captured audiences, proving that survival was sometimes the greatest victory of all. This might surprise you. Head gestures in Albania. In this captivating country, the way you move your head can flip your message completely. While most of the world associates nodding with a positive yes, in Albania, it's quite the opposite. A nod actually means no, while shaking your head means yes. This cultural quirk often leaves visitors scratching their heads in confusion. Imagine trying to agree with someone, only to realize you've inadvertently declined their offer. Such differences in body language highlight how diverse human communication can be. It's important for travelers to learn these gestures before landing in Albania. Knowing these simple yet significant distinctions can enhance interactions and show respect for local customs. So, the next time you're in conversation, remember to pay attention to how you move your head. Your message depends on it. Is it really true that Gollum changed in The Hobbit? The original edition of J.R.R. Tolkien's beloved novel presented Gollum quite differently. In the first version, Gollum was more of a quirky character who offered the One Ring as a prize during his riddle game with Bilbo Baggins. This playful aspect of Gollum's personality showcases a lighter tone that contrasts sharply with the sinister character we see in The Lord of the Rings. However, Tolkien later revised Gollum's portrayal to fit the darker, more complex themes that permeate his epic sequel. This transformation not only made Gollum a more menacing character, but also deepened the moral struggles in the story, highlighting the corrupting influence of the ring. Fans of Middle-earth often ponder how this shift changed the dynamics of the tale, revealing the evolution of Tolkien's vision from whimsy to a profound exploration of good versus evil. Dive into the Amazon's amazing freshwater power. The Amazon River is not just the largest river in the world, it also plays a crucial role in shaping the Atlantic Ocean's salinity. As it pours an astonishing amount of fresh water into the ocean, this flow creates a significant area where the saltiness of the water drops dramatically, extending as far as 200 miles, 322 kilometers, into the sea. This unique mix of fresh and salt water supports diverse marine life, making it a hotspot for various species that thrive in these conditions. Moreover, the reduced salinity affects ocean currents and even local weather patterns. Scientists study this fascinating freshwater plume to understand its impact on everything from marine ecosystems to global climate. It's amazing to think that one river can influence such a vast area and so many lives. How do you think this phenomenon might affect the creatures that live in both environments? Let's uncover the truth about Charlie Chaplin's Oscar moment. In 1972, Charlie Chaplin received an honorary Oscar for his incredible contributions to cinema, and the audience couldn't contain their admiration. They gave him a standing ovation that lasted an astonishing 12 minutes, a heartfelt tribute to a man who defined the art of silent film. Chaplin's unique style combined humor with poignant social commentary, creating timeless classics that resonate even today. His character, the Little Tramp, brought laughter to millions while tackling serious issues like poverty and injustice. This emotional reception at the Academy Awards illustrated just how deeply his work influenced generations of filmmakers and audiences alike. It wasn't just an award, it was a celebration of a legend who shaped the very foundation of modern cinema and left an indelible mark on the world. Isn't it fascinating how a moment like that can capture an entire legacy? Why exactly does chess have a world champion? The first official World Chess Championship took place in 1886, marking a monumental moment in the history of the game. This championship featured German chess master Wilhelm Steinitz and his American challenger, Johannes Zukertort, battling it out in a series of matches. Steinitz emerged victorious, claiming the title and establishing a formal recognition of chess as a competitive sport. Before this event, chess was played for fun, and victories were often informally acknowledged. The championship changed the landscape, setting a standard for future contests and allowing players worldwide to aspire to the title. Today, the World Chess Championship continues to captivate fans, showcasing not just the mastery of strategy and tactics, but also the rich tradition of the game that began over a century ago. Who will be the next champion? Guess what really drives potato fears in Europe? When potatoes were introduced in the 16th century, they faced an uphill battle for acceptance. Because potatoes belong to the nightshade family, many Europeans thought these tubers were poisonous. This fear was not completely unfounded, as some nightshade plants are indeed toxic. However, the delicious potato was misunderstood for years. It wasn't until the 18th century that people began to realize how nutritious and versatile this crop could be. Farmers and chefs started experimenting with potatoes in various dishes, leading to widespread popularity. People eventually embraced them as a staple, which today nourishes millions across the world. It's fascinating how a little knowledge can turn fear into appreciation, transforming the once suspected poisonous potato into a beloved food source. Why exactly does spider silk outperform kitchen paper? It might surprise you to learn that spider silk holds the title for the strongest natural material known to science. This remarkable substance has an extraordinary composition that allows it to easily absorb energy and withstand tension. In fact, spider silk is stronger than steel when compared thread for thread. Despite this, many of us find ourselves frustrated with flimsy kitchen paper that rips at the slightest touch. This striking contrast highlights just how intricate and efficient natural materials can be compared to our everyday products. Spiders spin their silk in a way that gives it incredible tensile strength, while most kitchen paper is designed for convenience, often sacrificing durability. Imagine using materials inspired by spider silk for our household items. Researchers are currently studying ways to replicate this natural marvel, which could lead to stronger and more sustainable alternatives for various products. Isn't it fascinating how nature's designs can teach us and inspire innovation in our daily lives? Is it really true that Greeks loved symposiums? Absolutely. These vibrant gatherings were much more than mere drinking parties. They were cultural hubs where people came together to indulge in lively discussions, poetry recitations, and yes, some serious wine drinking. Picture a room filled with thinkers, artists, and everyday folks, all reclining comfortably as they sip on a carefully mixed drink. The host played a crucial role, controlling the wine-to-water ratio to set the party's mood. Too much water could dampen the spirits, while too much wine might send everyone into a drunken debate. Symposiums were venues for exploring ideas and sharing art, allowing participants to showcase their skills and engage in friendly competitions. This unique blend of intellectual, artistic, and social elements made symposiums a cornerstone of ancient Greek culture, leaving a lasting legacy that still influences gatherings today. What an incredible tradition! Curious about the moon's faded American flags? After decades of being exposed to the harsh conditions of space, all the American flags planted on the moon have turned white. This surprising change is mainly due to intense solar radiation and the moon's lack of atmosphere. Unlike Earth, the moon doesn't have air or water to protect objects from the sun's powerful rays. As a result, the original vibrant colors of the flags, which symbolize courage and achievement during the Apollo missions, have been bleached out over time. Additionally, the extreme temperatures and micrometeorite impacts further contribute to their deterioration. These flags, erected in moments of human triumph, now stand as ghostly reminders of our exploration, raising questions about what other artifacts we might find on the moon in the future. Should we take better care of these iconic symbols in space? Did you know Pokemon cards are worth millions? The Pokemon trading card game, which first appeared in 1996, has captivated fans around the world and transformed into more than just a game. It has sold over 43 billion cards globally, making it one of the most successful collectible card games ever. Among these countless cards, some rare finds are truly treasures. For instance, the holographic Charizard card is well known for its popularity and has fetched prices in the thousands at auctions. Then there's the Pikachu Illustrator card, a rare gem that can sell for over $1 million. Collectors eagerly hunt these cards, creating a vibrant market where trading and buying can be thrilling. The mix of nostalgia, strategy, and the chance to hold a piece of Pokémon history makes it exciting for both young fans and seasoned collectors. Some even treat card collecting as an investment. The Pokémon phenomenon shows no signs of slowing down. Who knows what the future holds for this beloved franchise? You might be shocked to learn that axolotls regenerate limbs. The axolotl, Ambystoma mexicanum, a captivating amphibian native to Mexico, astounds researchers with its incredible ability to regrow lost limbs and organs without any scarring. Unlike other species that may heal with fibrous tissue, axolotls produce a special type of cell called a blastema, which acts like embryonic stem cells during regeneration. This remarkable process allows them to rebuild complex structures such as limbs, spinal cords, and even portions of their heart with astonishing precision. Scientists are intensely studying the axolotl genome to identify the specific genes responsible for this regenerative prowess, with hopes that this knowledge could one day lead to breakthroughs in human medicine, particularly in tissue repair and spinal cord injuries. In laboratories worldwide, axolotls play a pivotal role in advancing our understanding of limb regrowth and cancer resistance. As this eternally juvenile creature continues to reveal its secrets, it holds the potential to transform our approach to some of biology's most challenging medical questions. Did you know that sunlight takes over 8 minutes to arrive? This fascinating journey begins with light racing from the sun at nearly 300,000 kilometers per second. In fact, the distance from the sun to Earth is about 150 million kilometers, and it's mind-blowing to consider that every time we see sunlight, we're looking at how the sun appeared over 8 minutes ago. So when you enjoy a sunny day, you're actually witnessing a moment from the recent past of our solar system. But remember, it's essential to protect your eyes when observing the sun. Using proper solar filters lets you view this incredible celestial body without harming your vision. The next time you bask in sunlight, imagine the vibrant energy traveling through space, connecting us to our star while reminding us of the vast distances that exist in our universe. Isn't it amazing how we can catch a glimpse of something that occurred just minutes earlier? Believe it or not, heavy water exists in nature. In every 6,400 hydrogen atoms found in regular water, one is actually a deuterium atom. This special hydrogen isotope is what gives rise to heavy water, a unique version of H2O that has more mass due to its neutron count. Interestingly, heavy water has a slightly sweet taste, making it quite distinct. While it's safe to drink in small amounts, it becomes hazardous when more than half of your body's water is heavy water. Such a high concentration can disrupt vital biological processes and even lead to serious health issues. Our bodies rely on the regular form of water for countless functions, including hydration, digestion, and temperature regulation. So while it might be tempting to sip this sweet variety, moderation is key. Too much of any kind of water can be dangerous. Here's a wild fact about Silent Hill. This eerie town, famous for its chilling stories and haunting atmosphere, actually drew inspiration from Centralia, Pennsylvania. In 1962, a coal mine fire ignited beneath this small town, and it has been burning ever since, creating a surreal landscape filled with smoke and abandoned buildings. The fire caused the ground to become unstable, prompting most residents to leave, turning Centralia into a near ghost town today. The few who remain experience bizarre phenomena like subsurface temperatures reaching over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit and toxic gas emissions. This haunting reality inspired the chilling visuals and themes of the Silent Hill video game series and films. Imagine a place that feels both familiar and frightfully alien, where the ground itself seems alive and dangerous. Isn't it fascinating how real-life events shape our stories and imaginations? Beyoncé breaks records with Grammy history in 2021. In an astonishing achievement, Beyoncé made history by becoming the female artist with the most Grammy Awards, totaling an incredible 32 wins. This monumental feat happened during the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards ceremony, held on March 14, 2021. With this victory, she surpassed the previous record of 27 awards held by the talented Alison Krauss. Beyoncé's journey to this remarkable achievement showcases her talent, determination, and hard work in the music industry. Blending various genres from R&B to hip-hop, she has consistently captivated audiences with her powerful voice and dynamic performances. The groundbreaking artist has redefined what it means to be successful in the music scene, inspiring countless others along the way. This record win not only solidifies her status as a music icon, but also highlights the importance of female empowerment in the industry. So what could be next for this unstoppable force in music? Did you know that white holes might exist in space? While most of us know about black holes, mysterious objects that consume everything in their path, white holes present a fascinating and enigmatic counterpart. These theoretical cosmic phenomena are predicted by Einstein's equations of general relativity, suggesting that if black holes pull in light and matter, white holes could shoot them out instead. Imagine a stellar explosion where everything contained within is forcefully released into the vastness of space. Despite their captivating concept, white holes have yet to be observed, leaving them shrouded in speculation. Scientists are divided on their potential existence, questioning whether conditions to create such anomalies could ever occur in our universe. Some even speculate about the possibility of white holes lying in parallel universes, forever eluding our detection. As research continues, the question remains: could white holes help us unlock the mysteries of how matter and energy cycle through the cosmos? Or will they remain a tantalizing riddle in the ever-expanding frontier of astrophysics? The quest for understanding these cosmic wonders is just beginning. Surprisingly, it's a fact that North Korea delayed World Cup broadcasts. During the 2014 World Cup, something unusual happened in North Korea. While soccer fans around the world eagerly watched live matches, North Korean viewers had to wait a staggering 24 to 36 hours for the same experience. This intentional delay was not just a quirky programming choice, it served as a key method of censorship. By controlling when and how the matches were shown, the North Korean government managed the information its citizens received, shaping their perception of the outside world. Imagine the thrill of fans in other countries rejoicing over goals while North Koreans waited, unaware of the latest thrilling moments and only able to see them through the government's edited lens. This tactic also allowed the regime to remove any politically sensitive content, ensuring that only a curated, appropriate depiction of the World Cup reached the viewers. This fascinating intersection of sports and politics illustrates how tightly the entertainment world and governance are woven together in North Korea, turning a global event into a tool of influence. Despite the delays for many North Koreans, these broadcasts provided a rare glimpse into international culture, showcasing the power of sports to connect people even in the most isolated nations. Why exactly does sign language have accents? Just like spoken languages, sign languages are rich with variety. Different accents and regional differences reflect the culture and community of the users. For instance, American Sign Language, ASL, varies across states, influenced by local traditions and interactions. If you were to visit different regions in the US, you might notice unique signs or variations in how the same sign is performed. Factors such as age and ethnicity also play a big role. Young signers might have different styles than older generations, and users from different backgrounds can bring their unique flair to the language. Interestingly, whether a person is deaf or hearing can further shape their signing style. This diversity not only enriches sign language, but also highlights the strong cultural identities within the deaf community. Isn't it fascinating how language evolves based on who uses it? Prepare to be amazed by the Draco volans. This incredible little lizard from Southeast Asian forests has a spectacular ability to glide through the air. With its unique wing-like extensions formed from its ribs, covered by a thin membrane, the Draco volans can soar distances of up to 10 meters. This adaptation not only helps it escape predators, but also allows it to navigate its tree-dominated environment more easily. When it glides, the lizard spreads out its limbs to catch the air and steer itself, turning tree to tree with impressive skill. This amazing ability is a result of millions of years of evolution, allowing the Draco to thrive in its habitat where climbing is just as important as flying. So the next time you find yourself in a Southeast Asian forest, keep an eye out for this master of the skies. You just might witness one of nature's coolest aerial acrobats. Guess what really drives time at Schiphol Airport? In 2016, designer Martin Bass unveiled a stunning real-time clock that brilliantly merges art and technology. This unique creation features a painter who continuously erases and redraws the clock hands, making the passage of time a visual spectacle. Each minute, as the hands change, the artist refreshes the painted surface, transforming timekeeping into an engaging performance. This isn't just a way to tell time. It's a captivating blend of creativity and functionality that draws the attention of travelers and art lovers alike. While most clocks simply tick away the minutes, the Schiphol clock invites onlookers to appreciate the fleeting nature of time. With this remarkable installation, Bass not only enhances the airport's aesthetic, but also challenges our perception of how we view and experience time. Isn't it fascinating how art can redefine everyday objects? Is it really true that koalas aren't bears? Surprisingly, yes. Despite their common name, koalas are not bears at all. Instead, they belong to a special group of mammals called marsupials, which also includes kangaroos and wombats. So how did these adorable creatures get their misleading name? The term koala bear likely arose because of their teddy bear-like appearance, with fluffy ears and a round face. However, koalas are distinct in their biological makeup. Unlike bears, they have a pouch in which they carry and nurture their young. This fascinating pouch is a characteristic feature of marsupials. The koala spends most of its life in eucalyptus trees, munching on their leaves, which make up their diet. Interestingly, these leaves are tough to digest, so koalas move slowly to conserve energy. Their incredible adaptation allows them to thrive in their unique environment, but it's essential to keep them protected. As threats like habitat loss and climate change impact their populations, awareness about these special marsupials is crucial to their survival. Hard to believe, but badminton shuttlecocks face wind tunnel tests. In the demanding world of sports science, ensuring every detail matters, especially when it comes to badminton. To guarantee that shuttlecocks fly straight and true, experts put them through rigorous testing in wind tunnels. This fascinating process examines how the shuttlecock's feathers align and behave in different airflow conditions, helping manufacturers fine-tune their designs. Proper feather alignment is crucial for consistent performance. A shuttlecock that spins or stumbles in the air can change the outcome of an entire match. By simulating real-game conditions, researchers tweak and improve the shuttlecock's shape and balance, leading to better gameplay for athletes. So the next time you watch a thrilling badminton match, remember that a lot of science goes into those seemingly simple feathers. How incredible is that? Why did the elephant bird lay such massive eggs? The largest known egg belonged to the extinct elephant bird, Epiornis, which roamed Madagascar thousands of years ago. Imagine an egg measuring up to 30 centimeters long and 21 centimeters wide. That's roughly the size of a basketball. These enormous eggs were part of a bird that weighed as much as a car and stood 10 feet tall. But why did Epiornis produce such gigantic eggs? One theory is that larger eggs could provide more nutrients for developing chicks, helping them grow bigger and stronger. However, Epiornis faced threats from climate change and human activity, which ultimately led to its extinction. Sadly, these big birds and their gigantic eggs have left behind only fossils for us to explore today. Their incredible size and unique adaptations give us a fascinating glimpse into Madagascar's ancient ecosystems. Despite their extinction, the elephant bird and its massive eggs continue to capture our imagination, reminding us of the wonders of evolution and biodiversity. What else might we discover about creatures that once flourished on our planet? Can you believe bacteria loves gym weights more? A shocking report revealed that free weights at the gym harbor a staggering 362 times more bacteria than your average toilet seat. It sounds almost unbelievable, but when you think about how many people touch those weights every day without cleaning their hands, it starts to make sense. Gyms are bustling environments, and sweat, skin cells, and germs can easily transfer from one person to another. The danger lies not just in catching colds or the flu, but also in exposing ourselves to harmful bacteria that can cause skin infections or other illnesses. This means that next time you hit the weights, it might be wise to bring a towel and some disinfectant wipes. Keeping your equipment clean is essential, but personal hygiene plays a big role as well. Washing your hands and using hand sanitizer can make a huge difference. So the next time you're lifting those dumbbells, remember, a little caution goes a long way in keeping your workout safe and healthy. Let's uncover the truth about identical twins. Imagine two identical twins, both named James, separated at birth yet living eerily similar lives. This fascinating story showcases how closely their paths mirrored each other. Both twins grew up unaware of each other's existence, but ended up following remarkably parallel journeys. They became police officers, dedicated to upholding the law, while their personal lives unfolded in astonishingly similar fashion. Each James married a woman named Linda, only to go through a divorce and remarry women named Betty. This almost script-like resemblance of their life choices raises intriguing questions about nature versus nurture. Are their choices influenced more by genetics or environment? The twins' experiences remind us how DNA can play a significant role in shaping who we are, even when we're raised apart. So what does this mean for the larger questions of identity and destiny? Hard to believe, but blondes have more hair. Studies show that people with blonde hair usually have around 150,000 strands on their heads, whereas those with dark hair typically sport about 100,000. This fascinating difference comes down to the thickness and density of hair. Blonde hair tends to be finer but more abundant, while dark hair is often thicker and coarser. Imagine that extra 50,000 hairs providing an added layer of volume and styling potential. While this variation may not drastically change your appearance, it certainly explains why some hair colors seem to have that extra bounce and fullness. So next time you see a stunning blonde, remember there's science behind that luscious mane. Isn't it incredible how our hair color influences so many aspects of our lives? Is it really true that rock operas began with SF Sorrow? This iconic album, released in the 1960s by the British band The Pretty Things, is celebrated as the first rock opera. Combining captivating storytelling with edgy rock music, SF Sorrow transformed the musical landscape. Rather than just a collection of songs, it presented a cohesive narrative, taking listeners on an emotional journey. The album delves into the life of a character named Sorrow, exploring themes of love, loss, and existential angst, all set against a backdrop of innovative instrumentation and psychedelic sounds. This groundbreaking approach paved the way for future artists like The Who and Pink Floyd, who would also embrace storytelling in their music. SF Sorrow showed the world that rock could be more than just entertainment. It could be art. Are you ready to dive into this revolutionary album's profound impact? Here's what actually happens when plants reproduce artificially. Certain artificial seeds, a groundbreaking innovation in agricultural technology, can grow without pollination. This means that these seeds don't rely on bees, butterflies, or other pollinators to thrive. Instead, they use advanced techniques that allow the plant to reproduce efficiently on its own. Imagine a garden filled with these resilient plants, flourishing in areas where pollinators might be scarce due to changing climates or habitat loss. This technology not only increases crop yields, but also ensures that farmers can produce food more reliably. By reducing the dependence on pollinators, farmers gain more control over their production processes, which could be essential as we face global challenges like food security. Could artificial seeds be the key to a more sustainable agricultural future? Is it really true that we walk past murderers? This shocking statistic suggests that the average person unknowingly strolls by around 16 individuals who have committed murder in their lifetime. It raises intriguing questions about the nature of crime and our surroundings. Think about it. Each day we go to work, school, or the grocery store, never realizing that we may be brushing shoulders with someone who has a dark history. While this statistic sounds alarming, It's important to remember that not all murderers are violent drifters. Many live seemingly normal lives after serving their time. Additionally, this number can fluctuate based on where you live, as different areas have higher crime rates. Despite the startling idea, it serves as a reminder to stay aware of our surroundings, but also to remember that most people are just trying to get by in their daily lives, like us. Hard to believe, but the universe is expanding. This mind-blowing fact is driven by dark energy, a mysterious force pushing galaxies away from one another. And imagine the vast night sky filled with countless stars and galaxies. Every day they are getting farther apart. Since the Big Bang, about 13.8 billion years ago, space itself has been stretching, and dark energy plays a crucial role in accelerating that growth. Although it makes up around 68% of the universe, scientists still don't fully understand what dark energy is. Some theories suggest it has properties similar to a vacuum, while others link it to the fabric of space itself. This cosmic enigma not only shapes our universe, but also raises questions about its ultimate fate. Will galaxies continue to drift apart forever? Or is there more to the story? The quest to uncover the secrets of dark energy is one of the biggest challenges in modern astrophysics. Most people don't know this, but China is vast. With borders stretching over 22,000 miles, China shares its land with 14 different countries, making it one of the most geographically connected nations in the world. Imagine a giant jigsaw puzzle where each piece represents a neighboring country, from Russia to India and from Vietnam to Mongolia. This extensive network of borders highlights not only China's geographical significance, but also its complex international relations. Each neighbor brings unique cultural ties, trade partnerships, and diplomatic challenges. For example, its relationships with countries like India are often marked by border disputes, while trade with nations like South Korea thrives remarkably. Understanding how these connections shape China's role on the global stage provides insights into both local cultures and international affairs. Have you ever considered how these borders impact our daily lives? Is it really true that polar bears are endangered? Polar bears, magnificent apex predators of the Arctic, are facing severe threats from climate change. These incredible creatures rely on Arctic sea ice to hunt their main food source, seals. Unfortunately, the ice is melting at an alarming rate due to rising global temperatures. As the ice shrinks, polar bears struggle to find enough food, leading to increased starvation and lower birth rates. Scientists predict that if we continue on this path, polar bears could be functionally extinct in the wild by the year 2100. This dire situation not only impacts polar bears but also affects the entire Arctic ecosystem, as each species plays a vital role in maintaining balance. The challenges these bears face highlight a much larger issue involving our planet's health and climate. Is there hope for polar bears? Yes, but it requires collective action to combat climate change. From reducing carbon footprints to supporting sustainable practices, every bit counts to ensure that future generations can still marvel at these majestic animals. Could a mysterious beach death hold secret codes? In 1948, a man was discovered lifeless on Somerton Beach in Australia, and the circumstances surrounding his death are truly perplexing. Strangely, he had no identification on him, and his body showed no signs of injury. To add to the enigma, tucked in his pocket was a small piece of paper with the words "Tamam Shud" written on it, a phrase that many have tried to decode but remains unsolved. Investigators found a book containing several encrypted messages in the man's car, hinting at a deeper story. Who was this man? Was he a spy, a victim of foul play, or something even more baffling? Theories abound, but none have fully cracked the case. This cold case has intrigued amateur sleuths and professional detectives alike for decades. The mystery grows as generations ponder the thoughts and secrets he carried. What do you think happened to him? Here's what actually happens when dynamite meets desert. The mysterious circles in the Algerian desert are not the work of aliens or ancient civilizations, as some might think. Instead, they are remnants of old seismic oil surveys where workers used dynamite to explore underground resources. This explosive method left behind large craters, with smaller holes dotting the landscape around them. Curious observers have found sardine cans, wires, and other signs that clearly show these formations are of human origin. However, what truly fascinates people is the eerie precision and isolation of these craters. Some circles are large enough to be seen from the air, raising questions about how something so unnatural can blend into the natural desert landscape. As researchers continue to study these formations, they uncover more about the past methods used to search for oil, reminding us of the surprising impacts of human activities on the environment. Discover the giant coco de mer from the Maldives. This remarkable coconut, known for being the world's largest seed, truly captivates anyone who encounters it. Weighing over 30 pounds, the coco de mer's impressive size is just the beginning of its unique story. Found exclusively in the Seychelles and Maldives, this giant nut takes several years to mature, often resembling something that might come straight from a prehistoric landscape. What makes it even more fascinating is its distinctive shape, which resembles human hips. The coco de mer grows on a palm tree that can reach up to 80 feet in height, showcasing its grandeur among other plants. Unfortunately, due to habitat loss and overharvesting, efforts to protect this extraordinary seed are crucial. So next time you think of coconuts, remember the coco de mer, a true giant of the plant world. Isn't nature incredible? Did you know that Kayan women wear neck coils? This striking tradition, practiced by the women of the Kayan tribe, involves wearing brass coils around their necks from a very young age. As they grow older, they add more coils, creating a visually stunning effect. These coils are not just for show, they actually compress the bones in the neck, resulting in astonishing lengths of up to 15 inches. While the elongation of the neck symbolizes femininity and social status within the tribe, the practice can also lead to discomfort and pain. Despite the challenges, many women embrace this part of their culture, seeing it as a rite of passage. The coils serve as a powerful reminder of their heritage and connection to community values. This fascinating custom highlights the lengths to which people go to express their identity and status. What do you think about such unique cultural traditions? Believe it or not, ice can burn on this planet. Welcome to the strange world of a peculiar planet where the laws of nature seem to twist in entirely unexpected ways. Imagine a place where extreme gravity compresses water into solid ice, even when temperatures soar. This planet, which we can't name just yet, has a powerful gravitational force that keeps it packed with ice despite the sweltering heat. Its close proximity to a blazing star leads to an atmosphere that is literally on fire, creating a striking contrast between the icy surface and the scorching skies above. This bizarre combination gives rise to burning ice, something that seems right out of a science fiction novel. Scientists are fascinated by this paradox, as it challenges our understanding of planetary science and the conditions that can exist in the universe. What might this tell us about distant worlds and the possibilities for life beyond Earth? You won't believe the Hotmail hack from 1999. In a shocking discovery, hackers revealed a significant security flaw in Hotmail that allowed anyone to access accounts using the simple password IQ. This incident highlighted just how fragile internet security was back in the late 90s. Many people were just starting to use email and often didn't understand the importance of strong passwords. Companies like Hotmail, which was among the first web-based email services, were racing to get user bases while struggling to protect sensitive information. The vulnerability not only led to mass panic among users, but also emphasized the urgent need for better security protocols. As a result, tech companies began investing heavily in encryption and more sophisticated security measures to safeguard user accounts. This hack served as a wake-up call, teaching both users and providers about the importance of choosing complex passwords and continually improving their online safety efforts. It paved the way for today's more secure online environments. But can we ever be completely safe from hackers? Can you believe this man signed in his sleep? A striking 2017 case study introduced us to a 71-year-old man who not only battled severe hearing impairment, but also experienced rapid eye movement disorder. What's particularly fascinating is that while he was asleep, he communicated fluently using sign language. This remarkable feat raised questions about the brain's capabilities during sleep and its ability to access learned skills. Typically, we think of sleep as a time of rest when our conscious minds shut down. However, this case suggests that the brain remains active, allowing some individuals to express themselves, even in a silent language like signing. Researchers are excited because the study opens the door to understanding deeper aspects of how the brain functions while we dream. Can our minds create meaningful connections and communication when most of us are completely unaware? This intriguing phenomenon not only broadens our insight into sleep behavior, but also highlights the incredible adaptability of human communication. Mozzarella cheese is a global favorite, but why? This delightful cheese originates from Italy and has captured the hearts and taste buds of people all around the world. Known for its soft, creamy texture and mild flavor, mozzarella is especially famous as the star ingredient in dishes like pizza and caprese salad. Did you know that it's even used in various cuisines beyond Italian cooking? From sandwiches in the United States to casseroles in Mexico, mozzarella finds its way into countless meals. The cheese is made from the milk of water buffaloes or cows, and its unique stretching ability is what makes it so special. As mozzarella becomes the most consumed cheese globally, it's interesting to see how this humble ingredient has evolved over centuries, adapting to different cultures and tastes. Have you tried fresh mozzarella? Its creamy goodness is truly an experience worth savoring. Did you know that Venezuela's Marabout holds treasures beneath? The Marabout, a striking geological feature in Venezuela, is famous not just for its incredible depth, but also for its connection to the country's wealth of natural resources. Located near the Orinoco River Basin, this area is home to the fifth largest oil reserve in South America, charmingly nicknamed Black Gold due to its valuable petroleum deposits. Oil extraction has significantly shaped Venezuela's economy, making it one of the top oil producers in the region. As you explore the Marabout, you can appreciate not only its stunning landscape, but also the vital role it plays in the country's energy security. The interplay between the Marabout's deep formations and the surrounding oil wealth illustrates how nature and resources work hand in hand, inviting us to reflect on the impact of these treasures on local communities and the environment. What other wonders could lie hidden in our planet's depths? Is it really true that Leva almost won Le Mans solo? In 1952, Pierre Leva stunned the motorsport world by attempting to conquer the iconic 24 Hours of Le Mans all by himself. Picture this: he led the race by an impressive 4 laps with just over an hour left on the clock. Leva was on the brink of making history as the first and only driver to win the grueling endurance race solo, a feat that would have shocked fans and competitors alike. Unfortunately, as the finish line drew near, disaster struck. His engine faltered due to a broken connecting rod, and his dreams of victory slipped away in an instant. Leva's courageous effort remains a legendary tale in racing history, showcasing not just skill and determination, but also the unpredictable nature of motorsport. Every fan of racing knows how quickly everything can change on the track. Can you imagine the heartbreak of coming so close to victory? Did you know your lungs have 600 million tiny balloons? These balloons are called alveoli, and they play a crucial role in how we breathe. When you take a breath, air fills these millions of tiny air sacs, allowing them to absorb oxygen from the air. This oxygen then enters your bloodstream, where it's transported to every cell in your body, fueling your daily activities. Surprisingly, if you were to spread out all the alveoli in your lungs, their total surface area would be about the size of a tennis court. This vast area helps maximize the amount of oxygen your body can absorb, making breathing an incredibly efficient process. So next time you take a deep breath, think about all those tiny alveoli working hard for you. It's like having millions of little helpers ensuring you stay energized and ready for anything. Let's uncover the truth about penicillin's discovery. In 1929, Sir Alexander Fleming stumbled upon penicillin, a game-changing antibiotic, but it might have been dismissed entirely. If researchers had used guinea pigs instead of mice in their safety tests, they could have reached the wrong conclusion. Guinea pigs have unique gut bacteria that make them highly sensitive to penicillin, potentially leading scientists to believe this antibiotic was toxic. This fascinating twist highlights how important it is to choose the right test subjects in scientific research. If Fleming's team had relied on guinea pigs, the medical community may have passed up on the chance to harness penicillin's incredible healing power, which ultimately saved countless lives during World War II and beyond. Isn't it amazing how a small detail can change the course of history? Ever thought about how the thorny devil survives? This fascinating Australian spiny lizard has a remarkable trick up its sleeve for thriving in dry, desert conditions. Unlike many animals that rely on drinking water, the thorny devil absorbs moisture directly through its skin. This incredible adaptation allows it to collect water from dew, rain, or even humidity in the air. When this clever lizard walks across a wet surface, tiny grooves on its skin channel the moisture towards its mouth, making hydration a breeze. Alongside its unique drinking method, the thorny devil sports a spiky appearance, helping it blend into the harsh, rocky surroundings. It's not just about looking tough. These spines can deter predators, ensuring its safety in the wild. Living in some of Australia's harshest climates, the thorny devil has perfected the art of survival. Nature is full of amazing adaptations, and the thorny devil is a perfect example of how wildlife evolves to meet the challenges of their environment. What other adaptations do you think exist in the animal kingdom? Did you know what really powers the universe? It's dark energy. This mysterious force is responsible for the accelerating expansion of the cosmos, and yet scientists know very little about it. In fact, dark energy makes up about 68% of the total energy content of the universe, according to various cosmological studies. Imagine that. Most of everything around us, stars, galaxies, and planets, are just a tiny fraction of what exists. Scientists discovered dark energy in the late 1990s when they observed distant supernovae. These exploding stars appeared dimmer than expected, signaling that the universe was expanding faster than anyone had predicted. The idea of dark energy poses numerous questions for physicists and astronomers. Is it a fundamental property of space? Or maybe it's a new force we haven't yet accounted for? Understanding dark energy could lead to breakthroughs in our grasp of the universe's fate and its ultimate fate. Could our reality be just a shadow of something much larger? The more we learn, the more exciting the mysteries of the cosmos become. Have you ever wondered about candy colors? The vibrant hue of your favorite childhood treat, which many associate with fun and nostalgia, actually originated from a happy accident. When manufacturers were experimenting with flavors, they stumbled upon a specific color that turned out to be remarkably appealing. Instead of relying on common colorants, they opted for this unexpected shade purely due to availability at the time. This serendipitous choice captivated consumers, leading to its adoption as the industry standard for colorful, chewy snacks. Now, we can't imagine candy without these eye-catching colors. It's fascinating how a simple twist of fate can influence the way we perceive such treats, making them not only delicious but also visually exciting. So next time you snack on those colorful confections, remember the quirky story behind their iconic color. Did you know that malaria can hide in your liver? Malarial parasites have a clever trick. They can settle in the liver, staying dormant for months after a mosquito bite. This sneaky strategy complicates early diagnosis, making it hard for doctors to spot the disease quickly. During this liver stage, parasites can go undetected, only to spring back to life later, causing painful relapses. These relapses can lead to serious health issues like chronic anemia, which makes you feel tired and weak, spleen enlargement, and even internal bleeding. With around 48% of the world's population at risk of encountering this stealthy type of malaria, awareness is key. Symptoms may not appear right away, allowing the disease to wreak havoc on your body without warning. Understanding how malaria operates can help us better protect ourselves and our communities from its dangerous effects. Believe it or not, the moon has a bear shape. If you take a close look at photographs of the lunar surface, you might notice a striking formation that looks just like a bear lying down. This fun feature results from the unique patterns created by craters and geological formations on the moon's surface. While it may seem like a coincidence, many people enjoy spotting familiar shapes in the night sky. This phenomenon is called pareidolia, where our brains instinctively try to find familiar objects in random patterns. The bear-shaped formation adds a quirky charm to moon-gazing, prompting both amateur astronomers and casual stargazers to imagine fun stories about the creatures of the cosmos. Whether you're an avid fan of astronomy or simply enjoy the beauty of the night sky, this lunar bear is a reminder of how our imagination can bring even distant celestial bodies to life. So next time you're out looking for constellations, keep an eye out for this lunar bear. Who knows what else you might discover up there? Is it really true that Monaco leads in millionaires? Monaco holds the title for the highest number of millionaires per capita in the world. With its stunning coastline, luxurious lifestyle, and favorable tax laws, this tiny city-state attracts wealthy individuals from across the globe. Despite its small size, Monaco has a dazzling concentration of affluent residents, making it a hotspot for the rich. In contrast, London boasts the highest total number of millionaires, showcasing its status as a global financial hub. Meanwhile, New York City takes the crown for having the most billionaires, reflecting the vast wealth generated in various industries like technology, finance, and real estate. This fascinating distribution of wealth highlights the diverse economic landscapes around the world. While some locations specialize in attracting high numbers of millionaires, others focus on billionaire populations, revealing how different regions create environments for accumulating wealth. It's intriguing to see how these cities shape the lifestyles and opportunities of their affluent residents. What do you think attracts them to these places? Did you know that Louie Louie has a wild story? In 1959, Richard Berry, the talented songwriter behind this iconic tune, found himself in need of cash to fund his upcoming marriage. With dreams of love on the horizon, he made a tough decision and sold the rights to his beloved song for a mere $750. At that time, he likely didn't realize how monumental Louie Louie would become in music history. Fast forward to several years later, as the song exploded in popularity, especially after being covered by bands like the Kingsmen, Berry seized the opportunity to regain the rights. This savvy move turned out to be incredibly lucrative, transforming his initial sacrifice into a substantial fortune, making him a millionaire. It's a classic tale of struggling artist to musical millionaire. How many songs do you think have similar hidden stories? Did you know that numbers can unlock secrets? In many areas of our lives, numbers hold the key to understanding complex concepts and solving problems. For instance, the range of 290 to 300 often appears in discussions related to statistics, calculations, or even scientific data. This specific numerical range can indicate a variety of things, from measurements in scientific experiments to census data representing populations. When we analyze these numbers, we can uncover patterns and make informed predictions. Imagine if you're researching wildlife populations and you discover that 290 to 300 represents the estimated number of a species recovering from near extinction. Numbers can help tell stories about the world around us, illustrating changes over time or highlighting successes in conservation efforts. So the next time you encounter a string of numbers, remember that they can be much more than just digits. They can be invitations to explore and understand the incredible dynamics of our universe. What interesting stories do the numbers in your life tell? Most people don't know this, but dollar bills aren't backed by gold. This is a common misconception dating back to when the gold standard was the norm. In the early 1970s, the United States made a significant shift by abandoning this system, which linked the value of the dollar directly to gold reserves. Today, our dollars are classified as fiat currency, meaning they derive their value not from any physical asset, but from the trust and confidence we place in the government that issues them. When you exchange a dollar bill for goods or services, you're essentially trading a piece of paper that represents value based on collective belief rather than actual gold in a vault. This change allows for more flexibility in economic policy, but it also means that the value of money can fluctuate based on various factors, including inflation and government decisions. Understanding this can change how you think about money. Believe it or not, hyperthymesia changes how some remember. This fascinating condition, also known as highly superior autobiographical memory, makes it possible for certain people to recall their personal experiences with astonishing clarity. Imagine remembering every detail of your life, from what you wore on a specific day to the scent in the air during a memorable event. Though rare, those with hyperthymesia can navigate their memories like a movie, reliving moments as if they happened yesterday. It is believed that this incredible ability is linked to unique brain structures and functions, particularly in the areas responsible for autobiographical memory. While it may seem like a superpower, it can also be overwhelming. Some individuals find it challenging to forget painful memories, creating emotional burdens. Hyperthymesia raises questions about the nature of memory itself. Is perfect recall a blessing or a curse? Prepare to be amazed by bumblebees' essential pollination skills. These buzzing beauties are true heroes in nature, playing a vital role in pollinating plants. By transferring pollen from flower to flower, bumblebees help many plants reproduce, which is crucial for the growth of fruits, vegetables, and countless wildflowers. This makes them not just important for biodiversity, but also for our food production. In fact, bumblebees are among the most effective pollinators, especially in cooler climates where other pollinators like honeybees might struggle. Their big fuzzy bodies are perfectly suited for gathering pollen, and they work tirelessly to keep ecosystems thriving. Without them, many crops would experience lower yields, affecting both farmers and consumers. So next time you see a bumblebee buzzing by, remember that these small creatures have a massive impact on our world. How can we protect them and ensure they continue to thrive? Here's something incredible about the imperial system. The United States stands out as one of the few countries that still use the imperial system of measurement, which means folks here measure things in inches, feet, pounds, and miles. While most of the world has switched to the simpler and more universal metric system, this can lead to plenty of confusion for visitors and even locals trying to convert measurements. Imagine trying to run a race measured in miles when your home country uses kilometers, or attempting to cook a recipe that calls for pounds when you're used to grams. This difference not only sparks some interesting conversations, but also highlights how cultures can shape our everyday lives. Understanding both systems broadens perspectives and helps people appreciate the unique aspects of American life while traveling or interacting with friends from around the globe. So which measurement system do you prefer? Believe it or not, Australia has rich regional ties. This incredible country boasts a deep and complex relationship between its various regions and their connections to the land and sea. For Indigenous Australians, the land is intertwined with their identity and culture, with each area reflecting unique stories and traditions. This connection is visible in the way coastal communities rely on the ocean for sustenance, passing down knowledge through generations about fishing, navigation, and the marine environment. Regions like Tasmania hold significant historical importance, showcasing the diverse influences that shaped Australian heritage. While each area has its own identity, they also share a common bond that connects them through history, ecology, and shared experiences with the sea. As you explore Australia, you'll discover not only breathtaking landscapes, but also the stories that unite these regions, creating a vibrant tapestry of culture and history. How do these connections influence modern Australian society? You'll be amazed by self-destructing spy papers. In the world of espionage, maintaining secrecy is crucial, and clever gadgets often play a significant role. One of the most fascinating innovations is self-destructing paper. This special type of paper is designed to disintegrate into a mushy pulp when it comes into contact with air or heat. Imagine a top-secret document that you can read but can't hold on to for long. Once a spy has finished using the information, they can simply expose the paper to a heat source or let it sit in an open atmosphere. Within moments, that sensitive data vanishes without a trace. This clever trick not only prevents information from falling into the wrong hands, but it also demonstrates the lengths to which spies go to protect information. So next time you think about secret missions, remember that even the paper can play a pivotal role in keeping secrets safe. Hard to believe, but algae can photosynthesize too. When you think of photosynthesis, you probably picture green plants soaking up sunlight, right? However, the amazing process isn't exclusive to them. Algae, tiny organisms found in both fresh and salt water, are also champions of photosynthesis. Like plants, they contain chlorophyll, the green pigment that captures sunlight. But that's not all. Some surprising creatures, such as sea slugs and specific flatworms, also harness this sunlight to convert it into energy. These fascinating organisms have formed a unique relationship, absorbing chlorophyll from the algae they eat and effectively turning their bodies into green energy factories. This ability not only helps them survive, but also supports entire ecosystems by producing oxygen and serving as a food source for other marine life. Isn't it incredible how interconnected and resourceful life can be? Here's something incredible about Fijian communication. In Fiji, people often use facial expressions to convey messages, showcasing their unique cultural charm. One interesting custom involves raising eyebrows, a gesture that signifies agreement or affirmation rather than using spoken words. This nonverbal cue reflects the friendly and warm nature of Fijian culture, where understanding often goes beyond mere words. In a world filled with diverse body languages, the eyebrow raise stands out as a fascinating example of how different societies communicate. While many cultures rely heavily on verbal expressions, Fijians embrace subtlety and connection through their facial cues. This not only enriches their interactions, but also highlights the importance of context and understanding in communication. So next time you find yourself in Fiji, remember to pay attention to those raised eyebrows. They might just mean a friendly yes or a warm welcome. Prepare to be amazed by the power of your voice. A simple voice recording can unveil fascinating insights into a person's identity, health, emotions, and even their daily habits. Modern analysis techniques dig deep into speech patterns, revealing clues about where someone is from, how they feel, and sometimes even their state of mind. Scientists use advanced technology to study things like pitch, tone, and pacing, which all carry hidden meanings. For example, a shaky voice might signal nervousness, while a steady tone often conveys confidence. Additionally, researchers can identify unique vocal markers linked to specific backgrounds, helping them understand linguistic diversity. As we continue to unlock the secrets embedded in our speech, imagine the possibilities. Could your voice reveal more than you ever thought? How much do you really know about what your voice says about you? Uncover the breathtaking beauty of Angel Falls. This iconic waterfall, located in Venezuela, is the highest in the world, plunging an astonishing 979 meters, which is about 3,212 feet. Angel Falls, known as Salto Angel in Spanish, is not just a tall waterfall, but a stunning natural wonder that captivates visitors with its sheer height and dramatic drop. The falls cascade over the edge of the Ollantaytambo, a flat-top mountain in Canaima National Park, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The surrounding landscape is equally impressive, featuring lush rainforests and diverse wildlife, making it a paradise for nature lovers and adventurers. When sunlight hits the water, it creates mesmerizing rainbows and sparkling sprays that add to its allure. Travelers can approach the falls by riverboat or hiking through scenic trails, making the journey just as exciting as the destination. Have you ever dreamed of standing in front of the tallest waterfall in the world, taking in its magnificence firsthand? What if I told you Earth looks tiny from the moon? This fascinating phenomenon happens because of the camera's focal length, which can make our planet appear smaller in photographs taken from space. When astronauts captured stunning images of Earth from the lunar surface, these pictures showcased our home as a mere dot against the vastness of the universe. It's quite similar to how the moon seems to grow larger when you gaze at it with the naked eye on a clear night. But when you try to capture that wonder with your phone, it often looks smaller and lacks detail. Our eyes can perceive the vastness of Earth, filled with oceans, mountains, and forests, but in a photograph, all that wonder can get lost. So while we feel a deep connection to our planet, images taken from space can remind us just how small and fragile Earth is in the grand scheme of the cosmos. Is it really true that tight clothes can cause pain? Yes, they can. This discomfort is linked to a nerve condition known as myalgia paresthetica, which primarily affects the outer thigh. Picture this. You're wearing your favorite skinny jeans or tight-fitting bikini briefs, and suddenly you feel a burning sensation or numbness creeping in. That's myalgia paresthetica at work. It happens when the lateral femoral cutaneous nerve, responsible for feeling in that part of your thigh, gets compressed, often due to tight clothing. While it's commonly referred to as bikini brief syndrome or skinny pants syndrome, the reality is many people experience this irritation without realizing what it is. Fortunately, this condition is usually temporary and can resolve by simply loosening your clothing. So next time you slip into something snug, remember to keep comfort in mind to avoid that nagging pain. Here's a wild fact about medical diagnoses. Terms like moron, imbecile, and idiot were once considered legitimate medical diagnoses for individuals with intellectual disabilities, and shockingly, this practice continued until the 1970s. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, experts used these terms as a way to categorize cognitive functioning. Moron signified mild intellectual disability, imbecile indicated moderate disabilities, and idiot referred to profound disabilities. At that time, the medical community believed that these classifications helped identify different levels of support needed. However, as awareness around human rights and mental health grew, professionals began to understand how harmful and stigmatizing these labels could be. This shift in perspective led to the abandonment of such terms, marking a significant progression in our understanding of intellectual disabilities. Today, we focus on more respectful and accurate terminology, recognizing the dignity and individuality of every person. Can you believe how far our understanding has come? Can you imagine antelopes dancing to survive? This fascinating tactic, known as prunking, takes place on the African savannas where these graceful creatures live. When faced with predators like lions or cheetahs, antelopes leap high into the air, keeping their legs stiff and creating an impressive spectacle. This eye-catching display serves two essential purposes. It can confuse the predator watching them and alert other antelopes to the danger nearby. As they prunk, antelopes effectively show off their physical strength and agility, which can deter predators and indicate to their peers that it's time to flee. This behavior not only helps the prunking antelope, but also enhances the survival chances of the entire herd. Prunking showcases the intelligence and adaptability of these animals, reminding us how evolution shapes behaviors to survive in the wild. What if I told you radiation exposure lingers in Russia? For decades, areas like Chernobyl have been in the spotlight, but the terrifying effects of radiation exposure are still relevant today. Many individuals who live near these sites worry about health issues that can surface long after the exposure has ended. Studies show that long-term exposure to radiation can lead to serious conditions such as cancer and genetic mutations, affecting not only those directly exposed, but even future generations. This ongoing concern drives scientists to continually examine the implications of prior incidents, measuring everything from the amounts of radiation released to its long-term effects on human health. Despite advances in technology and public safety measures, the shadows of past nuclear disasters remind us of the importance of monitoring health risks and supporting affected communities. Are we doing enough to protect ourselves and our environment from these hidden dangers? Why exactly does Annalisa Flanagan's shout amaze us? In 1994, this dedicated primary school teacher pulled off a remarkable feat by yelling "quiet" at an incredible volume of 121.7 decibels. To put that into perspective, that's louder than a chainsaw or standing just a few meters away from a jet taking off. Annalisa achieved this record during a special event where she aimed to grab attention in a fun yet startling way. Despite the impressive noise, her smart choice of the word quiet shows a delightful twist of irony. This impressive shout has held the record unbroken for decades, even as we approach 2024. Annalisa's achievement not only highlights her vocal power, but also sparks our curiosity about sound and how our ears perceive different volumes. So next time you find yourself trying to get everyone's attention, remember that the loudest shout ever still belongs to a teacher aiming to bring some peace to her classroom. Ever wondered how injuries can change history? During his presidency, John F. Kennedy faced a serious challenge when he suffered a groin injury that required him to wear a restrictive brace. This brace limited his movement, making it difficult for him to react quickly. Interestingly, during an assassination attempt in Dallas in 1963, some historians believe this very injury may have played a crucial role in saving his life. If Kennedy had been able to move more freely, he might have instinctively ducked when shots were fired. Instead, the brace kept him more stable, potentially allowing him to avoid direct hits. This twist of fate reveals how seemingly minor personal struggles can have monumental consequences, shaping the course of history. It's a reminder of the unpredictability of life and how our physical challenges can sometimes lead to unexpected outcomes. Can you believe this wild legal challenge in 2010? A law student turned heads when he filed a lawsuit against an attorney in Jackson, Mississippi. This attorney sparked controversy by publicly offering $1 million to anyone who could reach a nearby hotel, the site of a tragic quadruple murder, from Jackson Airport in under 30 minutes. Intrigued by the challenge, the student rushed to prove himself. With determination and speed, he completed the journey in an astonishing 19 minutes. However, when he claimed the prize, the attorney refused to pay up, arguing that the challenge was just a publicity stunt and not a serious offer. This bizarre story raises intriguing questions about contracts and the ethics behind such outrageous challenges. Was the student entitled to the prize, or did the attorney have a valid point? This case highlights the complexities of law and how sometimes things aren't as simple as they appear. Hard to believe, but Roosevelt had a pet bear. When President Theodore Roosevelt lived in the White House, he became famous not just for his politics, but also for his unusual companion, a bear named Jonathan Edwards. While most U.S. presidents chose more traditional pets like cats or dogs, Roosevelt's choice was quite extraordinary. Jonathan was given to him by a friend who had a hunting trip that resulted in a bear being captured. To the surprise of many, Roosevelt welcomed the bear into his home and even allowed it to roam freely in the presidential residence. The sight of a bear playing on the White House lawn was unusual, to say the least. Roosevelt's love for wildlife and adventurous spirit often reflected in his policies, particularly his dedication to conservation. His unique relationship with Jonathan Edwards not only made headlines, but also showcased his belief in the importance of nature and the environment. Can you imagine a bear roaming the halls of the White House today? Let's uncover the truth about snowflakes. In 1887, a remarkable snowflake measuring 15 inches wide was recorded in Fort Keokuk, Montana, making it the largest snowflake ever documented. Imagine seeing something so gigantic floating gently from the sky. This extraordinary snowflake set a record that still stands today and has captivated the imagination of many. Snowflakes form when water vapor freezes into ice crystals and then joins together. Most snowflakes are tiny, usually less than an inch wide, and resemble intricate patterns. However, this giant snowflake's impressive size surprised the world, highlighting the wonders of nature in ways we often overlook. Interestingly, the conditions needed for such a massive snowflake to develop include specific temperatures and humidity levels, creating the perfect environment for those delicate ice crystals to grow large. As winter approaches, the beauty and diversity of snowflakes remind us of the magic in nature. So next time it snows, pause a moment to admire these unique frozen creations. What other fascinating facts about winter have you uncovered? Discover the fascinating tale of King Midas. This ancient story highlights the paradox of wealth and desire, beautifully illustrated by the philosopher Aristotle. King Midas was granted a wish that everything he touched would turn to gold, seemingly a dream come true. However, this wish quickly turned into a nightmare when he discovered that even his food and drink transformed into gold, leaving him hungry and thirsty. The delight of wealth turned to despair as he realized that the power of his touch was a curse rather than a blessing. Aristotle emphasized this crucial lesson. The pursuit of wealth for its own sake can lead to unhappiness. Midas's story serves as a compelling reminder that sometimes what we desire most can come with surprising consequences. Are we truly prepared for what we wish for? 3D advertisements are taking the world by storm. These eye-catching displays, especially in vibrant places like New York City, have transformed how brands capture our attention. Using advanced technology, 3D ads create stunning visual effects that make images seem to pop out and even interact with their surroundings. This innovation doesn't just showcase a product, it offers a memorable experience that sticks with viewers long after they've seen it. Imagine walking down a busy street and suddenly seeing a giant soda can appear, as if it's about to roll right into you. This kind of engagement is why advertisers are increasingly adopting 3D technology to stand out in a crowded marketplace. Not only do these ads entertain, but they also create a strong emotional connection with the audience, making them more likely to remember the brand. As technology continues to evolve, who knows what jaw-dropping advertising experiences await us in the future? With every new project, creators push the boundaries of what's possible, inviting us to look at advertising in a whole new light. You might be shocked to learn that goats are brilliant. Scientists have discovered that these clever animals can solve complex puzzles and remember their solutions for nearly a year. Imagine that. While we humans often forget why we walked into a room just moments after entering, goats seem to have a remarkable knack for remembering past challenges. This sharp memory helps them navigate their environment and find food effectively, making them surprisingly adaptable creatures. Researchers have conducted experiments showing that goats can recall certain tasks and strategies well after they first learned them. Such memory skills are essential in the wild, where remembering locations of resources can mean survival. So next time you see a goat, remember that there's a brain behind those big eyes, and they might just be outsmarting us in ways we never expected. Most people don't know this, but communication barriers exist, especially in diverse regions like Indonesia. This beautiful archipelago is home to over 17,000 islands and boasts more than 300 ethnic groups, each with its own unique language and culture. With such diversity, understanding one another can be a significant challenge. Miscommunication often arises because people might not share a common language or may interpret words and gestures differently based on their cultural backgrounds. For instance, what is polite in one culture might seem rude in another. To foster better relationships and deeper connections, it's essential to bridge these gaps through patience and a willingness to learn about each other's differences. As globalization tightens its grip, can we really afford to let communication barriers continue to divide us? Did you know Krakatoa made history with its roar? In 1883, the infamous Krakatoa volcano in Indonesia erupted, producing the loudest sound ever recorded in modern history. Imagine a noise so powerful that it was heard over 2,980 miles away. The eruption was not just a local spectacle, its sound waves traveled around the Earth multiple times, reminding us of nature's incredible force. People in distant places, even those far from the volcano, became aware of this monumental event. The eruption was so intense that it generated massive tsunamis, causing devastating damage to nearby islands, and even affecting weather patterns across the globe. In fact, the explosion altered the climate, leading to cooler temperatures in the years that followed, as ash and debris blocked sunlight. Krakatoa's roar serves as a reminder of volcanic power and its potential impact on our planet. This eruption has remained a subject of fascination, inspiring scientists and historians alike. What other natural wonders might we yet discover? Believe it or not, happiness can be frightening. This strange phenomenon is known as aerophobia, where people fear joyful experiences. It might sound odd, but some individuals genuinely believe that feeling happy will lead to something bad happening. They might shy away from parties, celebrations, or even small moments of joy, fearing that the good times won't last. This mindset can stem from past negative experiences, making them overly cautious. Instead of embracing happiness, these individuals often protect themselves from potential disappointment. Understanding aerophobia is crucial, as it reveals how our minds can sometimes link joy with fear. For many people, confronting this fear can lead to a more fulfilling life. Have you ever noticed someone holding back their laughter, worried about what comes next? By exploring these connections, we can better support those who struggle with this complex issue. Have you ever heard about a cosmonaut lost in space? In 1991, the world was shocked when Soviet cosmonaut Sergei Krikalev found himself in an extraordinary situation. After spending 301 days aboard the Mir space station, he became stranded in orbit due to the sudden collapse of the Soviet Union. With no government to support his return, Krikalev faced an uncertain future, relying on his training and resilience to adapt to the challenging conditions. Imagine living in a small space with limited supplies, constantly orbiting Earth while knowing that back home, everything was changing rapidly. Despite the isolation and challenges, Krikalev remained focused, meticulously executing scientific experiments and maintaining the station. His story is not just about survival, it highlights human strength in the face of adversity and the importance of space exploration. When he finally returned to Earth, Krikalev had spent more time in space than any other human at that point. His experience opened the door for future missions and showcased the incredible potential of humans working in space. What lessons do you think we can learn from his adventure? What if I told you cereal has divine roots? The word cereal comes from the name of Ceres, the Roman goddess of agriculture and harvested crops. Ceres was highly revered in ancient Rome, symbolizing the importance of farming and food production for society's survival. This means every time you enjoy a bowl of cereal, you're indirectly celebrating this goddess's legacy. It's fascinating to think about how language connects us to history. The word evolved from the Latin cerealis, which referred to anything related to Ceres. Over time, it came to describe the grains that are a staple in our diets, transforming into our favorite breakfasts. Today, cereal isn't just a quick meal. It has become an essential part of many cultures, with numerous varieties available, from flaky cornflakes to sweetened oats. So as you pour that bowl, consider how your breakfast is rooted in ancient mythology. Let's uncover the truth about nature's army. When walking through a forest, towering trees stand guard like vigilant soldiers of the natural world. These magnificent giants, ranging from majestic oaks to towering pines, create a lush green canopy that not only shelters countless species but also fills the air with refreshing oxygen. Each tree plays a crucial role, working together to sustain life, whether it's by providing habitat for wildlife or preventing soil erosion with their extensive root systems. As you stroll along the forest floor, you might notice the vibrant undergrowth, where ferns and wildflowers thrive in the dappled sunlight. This tapestry of life showcases the beauty and strength of nature, reminding us of the interconnectedness of all living things. So next time you wander through a forest, take a moment to appreciate these natural defenders and their vital role in our ecosystem. Have you ever thought about what they protect? Why exactly does the snail take a long nap? Some species of snails possess an incredible ability to survive harsh conditions by entering a dormant state for years. When faced with unwelcoming environments like extreme heat or drought, these clever creatures can effectively shut down their biological systems. This process allows them to conserve energy and wait patiently for better times to come. During dormancy, snails can seal themselves in their shells, preventing moisture loss and protecting against predators. When conditions improve, they can wake up and resume their activities. This remarkable adaptation showcases the resilience of nature and highlights how these tiny creatures have evolved over time to cope with challenges. It's fascinating to think that while we worry about daily stresses, snails are curled up peacefully, waiting for the rain to return. Isn't it amazing how life can find a way, even in the toughest situations? Why exactly does Disney's magic come from everyday items? In the iconic animated short Steamboat Willie, released in 1928, sound effects play a crucial role in bringing the animation to life. Interestingly, the creators crafted these sounds using simple, everyday items. For instance, rubber gloves created the squeaky noises of Mickey's antics, while pots and pans added to the chaotic atmosphere on the steamboat. Even real mice inspired some of the sounds, with the studio reportedly having a few furry visitors who unwittingly added their own squeaks. This clever use of household materials not only shows Disney's innovative spirit, but also emphasizes the resourcefulness of the time. The combination of these unique techniques helped revolutionize sound and animation, making Steamboat Willie a groundbreaking film that captivated audiences and set new standards in the industry. Can you imagine creating sounds this way? Here's a wild fact about speedy construction. In China, an astonishing 1,500 workers came together to build the Nanlong train station in Longyang within just 9 hours. Starting at 6:30 p.m. on a Friday and finishing by 3:30 a.m. on Saturday, this incredible feat highlights not only the power of teamwork, but also the expertise involved in modern construction. Imagine the coordination and planning that went into this project. Each worker knew their role and executed it with precision, showcasing a level of efficiency that is hard to fathom. Such rapid construction doesn't just happen overnight. It requires meticulous preparation, advanced techniques, and often innovative materials. The Nanlong Station is a testament to how collaboration can lead to remarkable outcomes in a short time frame. It raises questions about what other projects could achieve similar results with the right resources and teamwork. Could we see more speedy builds around the world? With developments in technology and building practices, the future of construction might be faster than we ever imagined. Can you imagine food shortages despite enough production? It seems hard to believe, but even with the world capable of producing enough food for everyone, millions still go hungry each day. The problem isn't about the quantity of food available. It mostly revolves around how that food is distributed. Many regions grow abundant crops, yet logistical issues, economic constraints, and infrastructure gaps prevent food from reaching those who need it most. For instance, in some developing countries, roads and transportation systems may be inadequate, making it difficult to get fresh produce to market in time. Additionally, food waste plays a huge role. It's estimated that roughly 1/3 of all food produced is never consumed. This waste occurs at various stages, from farms to supermarkets. Tackling these distribution challenges is vital to ensuring that everyone can access nutritious meals. So how can we improve this crucial system? Is it really true that sharks have no bones? While it may sound surprising, sharks are indeed unique creatures with skeletons made entirely of cartilage. This flexible material is the same stuff that makes up our ears and noses. Having a cartilage skeleton allows sharks to be incredibly agile swimmers, easily maneuvering through water with grace and speed. They can make sharp turns and sudden movements that many bony fish struggle to replicate. This remarkable adaptation plays a vital role in their success as apex predators, as they hunt for various prey in diverse marine environments, from the open ocean to coastal waters. Because cartilage is lighter and less dense than bone, sharks can maintain buoyancy without the need for a swim bladder, which many fish have to control their floating abilities. This gives them an edge, letting them focus on chasing their next meal or avoiding danger. So next time you think about sharks, remember that their amazing cartilaginous structure is key to their survival in the deep blue sea. What if I told you your body is a bacteria haven? It may sound surprising, but your body has more bacteria than human cells. In fact, there are trillions of these tiny microorganisms living both inside and on you, outnumbering your own cells by about 10 to 1. These bacteria are not just freeloaders. They play an essential role in keeping you healthy. For example, they assist in digestion, breaking down complex foods and helping your body absorb nutrients. Additionally, these microorganisms act as a security team, protecting you against harmful pathogens that could make you sick. You might also be surprised to learn that these same bacteria contribute to keeping your skin healthy, promoting a balanced environment that reduces issues like acne and irritation. So next time you think about your body, remember it's not just you. You're hosting a whole community of helpful bacteria. How incredible is that? Why exactly does feudal Japan have squeaky floors? During the feudal era in Japan, lords took extraordinary measures to defend their homes from stealthy intruders known as ninjas. To enhance security, they installed special floors made from carefully spaced wooden planks, which created a distinctive squeaking sound when stepped on. This clever design served as an early warning system, alerting the household to any potential threats sneaking into their homes. The floors were so effective that they were given the name ninja floors, and they became a vital element of a lord's defensive strategy. Imagine walking through a grand castle and suddenly the creaking floorboards give away a hidden presence. This unique combination of architecture and security shows how clever the samurai and their advisors were in safeguarding their domains. Plus, it adds an intriguing twist to the tales of stealth and espionage that surround the legendary ninjas of Japan.